parents married to my nephew Ben, so they had a birthday party for the twins, and so we drove out there. My wife said, "Hey, Grace, our granddaughter, she's 3.5, wants to paint the kitchen. She's got a little kitchen play set, paint it pink, and it's white." And my wife would do it. I know her. She'd go, you'd start jumping in there, and I said, "Well, just look on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe there is one." Man, she pulled up. There was a pink one. It was in Smyrna. So we went and got it. It was just bam. It was right there. Right. But what happened with y'all a few months ago, and Roger, I guess Connor, I don't even know if Connor knew what happened, but y'all lived on Prindle, right?
Yep.
Both y'all lived on Prindle. And we had a house on Prindle, so kind of strange coincidence. Prindle Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, different times.
Yeah.
And I asked if you remember Miss Campbell.
Miss Campbell.
Our teacher. She was my mechanic teacher. I think did you ever too?
I didn't have.
She came along after. She wasn't a teacher at Smyrna, I don't think.
But she was in that Red Hat Society,
Yes.
always wearing red hat.
Lived on the corner of it.
I was there when she was a student teacher.
Really?
And then she went on to be a teacher.
Well, Trish Nash had texted me because we were talking about, that it was just coincidental. All three of us had once lived on Prindle Drive. And I said, "Is she still alive?" And you said, "I think she is." And Anthony thought she passed. Mm-hmm. Well, I made the sign of the cross. I grew up Catholic, and I hadn't made the sign of the cross since my mother passed when I was at St. Luke's Church at my mom's burial, 3.5 years ago. I made the sign of the cross. I got home. Trish Nash texted me and said, "Miss Campbell died, just passed away.
Just passed away.
A few hours earlier, man." Is that not just crazy?
It's crazy.
So when I talk about synchronicity, this stuff's real, man. I know it's so weird, but I don't know what the message is. But if you go down this matrix, down this rabbit hole, and study Dr. Carl Jung, he talks about these things. You don't know why they happen, but they're beyond coincidence. But I just wanted to bring that up because Connor and I don't know if others knew that lady had literally passed.
Yes,
It was just eerie. But she always treated me good. She was sweet. And just. She could be mean though. She caught me cheating in my county class. She was mean that day.
I don't think you cheated, man.
Well, let me tell you, on that class I was not good at accounting. And I put a piece of paper. You got this piece of paper here. I put a piece of paper over it where I could barely see it. I thought I was being slick. Yeah, and she come over and she seen it.
I thought you said Coach Rakes paddled you, and you said you was innocent.
I was innocent.
Cheating.
I was innocent on that time. He ever paddled you?
Never paddled me.
Really?
No.
Yeah, he got me.
Did he really?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
We went out for archery, and Coach Rakes wasn't there at the time. He was still in the locker room, and my cousin and a couple of other jocks, they're out there. And of course, that's when they took the 7th grade over to the high school. 7th and 8th grade moved in with the high school. That's before they built the junior high.
Really?
So everything was laid out. So my cousin and the other guys are saying, "Hey, Anthony, pick it up and show us how far you can shoot an arrow." I said, "No, I'm not going to do that. I scared to death anyway, do anything." But they talked me into it. And I reared back, and I almost hit the house way across that field where they built.
My house? I live over there.
No, the one with the white fence and the brick.
Oh, Dan Ross's house across the library?
No, it's further across.
You know about Aubrey Coleman's house?
Yeah, Coleman's house.
Yeah, Aubrey Coleman. He lived right there.
But I came close to hitting his fence.
Oh, yeah, way down there.
I reared back. Coach Rakes was right behind me when I let it go.
Oh, my gosh.
So we went to the office.
Yeah.
That paddle, Rooster's got that paddle.
Yeah.
And that might be a piece for the museum. And we had an idea about a money-making idea on it, like a wall of paint. Anybody that ever been paddled by it, sign something, and then just put your thing, if you're guilty or if you're innocent and you didn't think you deserved one, if you was cheating or, which that's what, yours would be innocent, right?
Man, I thought that was brilliant. That was a brilliant fundraiser. Who had that idea? Was it you? That was brilliant. I love that.
That would raise some money. It would.
So it already happened.
I didn't even know Anthony's there. Somebody right there. They would probably drop a little bit in the bucket. Like,
what's he doing with the paddle then?
They're deciding that they may go that route, like put it in the shadow box and put it in the business center and have like a little bucket you can drop in donations for the museum.
Yeah.
And you don't have to, put anything, but a lot of people will just to sign a little thing on the wall, like. I couldn't believe Anthony. Look how you are, commissioner, the 11th district commissioner.
What a terrible example you set. And we got some young people fixing to come in here from Central High School, talk about serving and being character building, and here you are trying to kill people with arrows and stuff.
Yeah, see,
They hurt somebody.
but I was young, so all that's expunged. You know?
Well, you know, I've always kind of, well, not always. I kind of I got a kind of a heart for knuckleheads because I'd done dumb things when we were kids. You remember Sally Walls? I hung out with her son
Oh, yeah.
Lonnie.
Yep.
You know, he was shot by the Aryan Nation. You know, the Aryan Nation white supremacist group. They shot him for stealing pot plants.
Oh, wow.
He was running from God rest his soul. He's passed on now. You know, and knowing Lonnie, he'd want me to talk about it. You know, he was just wild. The Smyrna was a different day back then. You know what
It
I mean?
was.
Yeah.
It was.
You know?
We used to sit in the middle of town. Gentry's. Is what we call Gentry's up there.
Gentry's discount right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That parking lot right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where was that at?
Yeah.
Oh, you're too young.
Right across from.
It's Smyrna Social and all that little
Yeah.
parking lot with U-Hauls and stuff. To the right,
Oh.
the little barber shop used to be. It's a little bitty building sits there. It used to be Waldron's barber shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Later on, after he
Right.
moved from the big
It
building.
had the bicentennial mural on the side of the
Yeah,
wall.
that's
So,
right.
Yeah.
That was Secondhand Rose building.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Secondhand
right.
Rose right there. We
Yeah.
sat there. You could find us there
Old-fashioned
any night of the week with our parking lights on.
Was y'all acting up?
Yeah. Oh no.
No, innocent.
Now, Mike, when did you start going to East Fork? Did you? But
No,
you weren't part of
West
that-
Fork, bro. There's a big
oh,
difference.
okay.
The West. I hung out at West Fork. We had some good times over there.
West Fork's all right.
You know.
Yeah, we'd go to Sharp Springs out there in Jefferson Springs. We call it back in. They'd have fires going, parties and stuff. That's fun. That's what you did back then.
You know what's bothered me? We'd have a bunch of guys. We just hang out over at Kmart parking lot. Well, now it's used to be Big Lots. Used to be Kroger.
Yeah.
We were literally not doing anything, and they'd run you off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're not even hurting anything. They just run you off, you know.
They knew you were thinking about it.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
well, you know, so we weren't drinking, we weren't smoking nothing. It's a bunch of car guys, you know.
Well,
Donnie
you know,
Thompson, you know Donnie.
I think
Donnie Thompson, a bunch of us.
I think the Smyrna Police Department kind of liked us sitting in the middle of town because they knew where we were.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we weren't getting into anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And nobody really
No.
did back then. You know, I mean, really didn't. And we had fun. We might have done a few kind of off the wall stupid things, but nothing like go to jail for. You
But how
know?
many officers you even have patrolling back then?
Wasn't many.
No.
I remember when there were two.
I was gonna say two.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking there was two.
Well, how'd y'all get away with drag racing over there on Lowry in front of the Tenneco?
That was Larry Lee.
Was that Larry Lee?
Larry Lee, man, he cranked that car up.
I remember watching that. I walked to the Omni-Hood. I was 13, 14, and we just stand on railroad tracks and watch all y'all do that stuff, you know.
I knew.
Well, Larry had that rail, and he'd pull it out of the garage. He knew you only had so many policemen, so he knew that they were up at the other end of town. He'd pull it out there, man. He'd rip
They couldn't
and
catch
roar
him.
down that street, but he's always back in the garage when they came back.
It is a different day.
Oh yeah, I blew a car up there racing. Van Green had a Dodge
remember
Charger,
Van
one of them
Green.
440s in it, and I had a 396 Super Sport. Blew it up.
Right there going to the bridge.
You're racing, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's part of it.
It was a different day.
That was the city limits.
Yeah. Well, I remember Major Walls telling me that his banker, when he started the Omni-Hood, I think he told me he'd give him 90 days. He won't make it. He'd close up 90 days. He made it, 58 years, 50-something years?
And would still be going strong.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
yeah, and
Yeah.
we're right now somebody that got in there knew what was really going on.
Did y'all eat over much?
Yeah, I did.
In the later years, we did.
Yeah.
Like special occasions, you would do. I always do that, like it's a birthday or something like that.
Yep.
That was a place to go.
Man, it was.
It was great.
I was a busboy with my little flowered shirt and white pants.
Oh, that's right. You worked out there, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, that's wild.
We would fill the water and water,
What year-
coffee, and tea.
What year was that?
Oh my goodness. Probably 71.
So you walked to work too?
Oh yeah, up the
Up
tracks.
the tracks. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you.
Did you work there with Steve Roberts? the boy that got killed on a motorcycle?
No, he'd already gone past.
Yeah, it's a sad story.
Yeah, it was.
You knew him?
I knew him. We weren't like friends or anything because we're quite a bit of distance in our
Yeah.
age, but I
Yeah,
knew
I
of him.
had a
but-
class at
yeah.
rock school with Steve Roberts. Would have been about my age. Is that? I remember
think
Steve
so.
Roberts was in my
Yeah.
class.
Well, Steve Roberts.
Kind of big fella. Kind of.
Well, I
Yeah,
remember
but he-
Major Walls telling me that story because we had motorcycles, me, Ricky Potts, and some of us, and we'd ride our motorcycles over there at Omnihut. And when I wasn't walking, and I remember him telling us that story about that boy getting killed out front.
Yeah.
He said he pulled out and somebody was speeding through there with no headlights, run him over. That's the story I had heard.
I don't know. He hitched a ride with somebody else on a bike,
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and they said he already had his clothes laid out for church the next morning
Really?
when he went to work that night. So that's what I'd always been told. So
You know, it was kind of coincidental. If I'm not mistaken, somebody's welcome to correct me if I'm wrong. Right there at the old Bell Furniture, the old VFW,
Yeah.
now it's Auto World of Smyrna.
Yeah.
And there was a guy with the same name that got killed on a motorcycle right there.
Really?
Steve Roberts, I believe, got killed in a Harley. I could be wrong, but I thought it was a guy
Wow.
had the same name right there. And
There was one that poured out from beside Larry Lee's, where the old cedar mill used to be.
Yeah.
The plate right there poured out, and I know a guy that saw it happen on a motorcycle, and he saw it happen. You know, it's just bad. And then Danny Farrell. I don't know if y'all remember Danny Farrell.
Remember the name.
Remember Ricky and
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think that he was riding a wheelie and fell off backwards. It killed him down through there. Yeah, it was a younger brother.
yeah,
Yeah, you probably he may closer to your age, I guess.
Yeah.
So but he that's when nobody could have long hair, and he would tuck his under a hat and that kind of stuff. You know, we couldn't wear jeans. Remember that? The girls couldn't anyway. We couldn't. The girls couldn't. Remember all that?
what'd y'all wear then?
No, we did. The girls couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't wear jeans. Y'all could.
Yeah.
You could wear jeans.
Yeah. That's all we
okay.
had really. So the girls,
At high
the
school.
girls couldn't wear jeans. back
No.
then.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I remember them going up to
Strict.
the school board and protesting that.
You did?
I didn't. I remember them going.
yeah. He looks good in the skirt.
I'd be afraid, Major.
Wait a minute, Anthony. I'm gonna
Mr.
start digging.
Rakes
Wait a
would get
minute.
on
Hold
to
on.
you. You know? He didn't play around.
No, I had Mr. Mack.
Oh, I've heard.
Yeah,
Heard he didn't play around
Coach
either.
Rakes,
too.
Coach Rakes was the assistant principal.
Yeah. He's still getting around pretty good, ain't he?
Yeah,
He come to our Bible study, our Man of Hope Bible study.
Yeah, him and
Sam
Terry.
Davis home.
Terry.
He's still cutting his grass.
Oh yeah, I
Is he
seen
really?
him. I
Yeah.
seen him out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to ride him all right.
Yes.
No,
Yeah, he's got a big yard.
no, Mikey. No.
That would be something to see him out there.
It would be
You know,
something.
with all due respect, Mr. Rakes, if you're listening.
Now you
know.
might see some guys out there cutting it for him.
Yeah. That no, it's a different day, but you know, he was a strong disciplinarian, man.
oh yeah.
You know, and we've lost a lot of that. Boy, I hear more complaints from teachers on the lack of discipline in schools today. In fact, these young people that contacted me the other day, Jackson McClellan and Zeri Martinez are going to join us here in about 20 minutes. Central Magnet School students want to talk about the Declaration of Independence and freedom, liberty, and the Constitution. And I was telling Jackson the other day that I was asking one of the teachers at one of the local schools, and y'all know this guy. He's a good guy. And I said, man, what are these students like today? He says, man, these students, it's a different day, Mike. He said, they don't even stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. And I thought, wow, we're going to spend $140,000 to $160,000 on educating these young people. And are we really educating them? I mean, what are we really creating in 5 to 10 years? And, you know, it's sad to me. I interviewed a 90-year-old Mr. Roger, I think you knew him, Cotton.
Yeah,
Walden.
over at the memorial.
Yeah. What's his first name?
No, I don't remember, but
Mr. Walden. He was
Yeah.
I remember him. We did an award, a little honor for him. Mark Atkins and the mayor, Maris Reed, and myself did a little thing to honor him with his Vietnam buddies last year, and he shared this story where he said he picked up his little daughter. She was a year, and kissed her on the cheek. He says he had to leave for Vietnam, had to leave her. And I was telling him, and it pained me to even tell him when I made a little video at the memorial service with the Blue Angel in the background, and I told him, I said, man, that's what I hear today. And Boy, you could just see look in his face, and I said, man, you lost 58,322 to 24-year-olds that never came home, never got to be a father, never got to be a grandfather, never got to be a great-grandfather, and this is what we're leaving this next generation. So that's why I was excited about these young people, and Keith Bratcher's grandsons, they come up to Patriotic Sunday, they came with him.
Yep.
I can tell Keith was really moved.
Yeah.
He said his parents went to that church for 60 years.
Wow.
But Anthony was, I guess, that era the Vietnam War, and did you? When did you go in? Did you say?
I was drafted in January of '71.
Did you have to go to Vietnam, or did you?
No, I was blessed. Actually, God kept me from going. That's for sure. He took care of me. But my mother walked the hall the whole time I was in basic and AIT, and she walked up and down that hall between the living room and bedroom, and actually wore down to the hardwood floor.
Really?
And I came home and you could see the floor where she'd walked so much, holding her Bible and praying for me, just constantly. But no, I got to stay in Texas the whole time,
Okay.
so I was really blessed.
That's good, man. Anyway, thank you for your service, though, man. I don't know if
Sure,
people
man.
realize that you were, that you're military.
Well, I didn't know you worked out on the base for a while too, didn't you?
I worked out there at Maidencraft Boats, building Procraft boats.
Is that
And-
where across Witt's Barbecue? Was that it?
No, it's a trucking company now. They're at the corner of what's on Swan Drive.
Oh, okay.
Right behind the store down to the.
Yeah, because y'all come out when we did the
Factory.
tour. We did the airport, walked up the
Yeah,
tower.
Yeah.
yeah.
And did you make it?
I was not there at that.
And I was. He made it, man.
Yeah,
He made it all the way.
I
up
was
there.
impressed when I
That's
heard
what we were
Anthony made
talking
it.
about. Yeah.
I did work on the base too another time.
Past me.
That's a hike too.
I was hired to start up the fiberglass shop repairing the shipping huts for Emory Air Freight, and their hub was out there.
Oh yeah.
And
I remember when it was out there.
they called me in there and gave me a couple of huge books to order stuff out of. He said, "Here, order what you need." So they had me running the shop, and I actually started the shop. And then I told them, I said, "You need to hire me an assistant," because
Yeah.
I'd had heard rumors they were going to move to Ohio, and I wasn't moving.
Oh,
So I trained this guy, and he caught on really quick. And they said, "So you're going with us to Ohio?" I said, "No, but I'll my assistant." He knows as much as I do now, so he can take care of you. So he went to Ohio with them. But that was in one of the big hangars on the back of the base.
the Buffalo Hangar. Is that what they call it?
I think it's the one that Capital Airlines ended
Buffalo
up in.
Hangar.
Oh yeah. Capital. Yeah, Capital. Like I said, in Rick Hall's dad. When he had something to do with Capital.
Yeah, he was out there.
Yeah.
My dad was out there. They're gonna have to tear that hangar out. They say
Yeah.
to make room for this $1.9 billion economic impact when the 118th moves over here in the next couple of years. But yeah, you made it all the way up there. I was impressed because you just had back surgery, didn't you?
Yeah, I was about almost a month out of my second back surgery, and everybody was going up the tower, and I said, "Well, I'm going to get a look at it." So I thought
Yeah.
I'd make it about halfway up, but I made it all
You
the
did.
way.
That was
yeah,
a doozy at last floor, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Mary Esther was up at the top. She's screaming, "Anthony, don't get off that ladder!"
But you did all the other trips too. He went all around, did all that walking.
Yeah, we walked all day long. I
Yeah.
kind of impressed myself, but I
Oh,
suffered.
we really were.
Yeah.
I suffered afterwards, though.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to advocate for that new tower. I think it's Is it 83 years old? Is that right, Roger? 83
It's built what?
or 73? It's either 73 or 83 years old. I know Robert Stevens has been pushing for it as well. He just sent me a nice picture from Scotland, probably 2 hours ago. He's in Scotland right now. Told us, man, if you visit Edinburgh, my mother was born in Edinburgh at the bottom of the castle called the Grass Market. He just sent me a nice picture of the Grass Market. I told him to bring me back some candy bars. Robert, if you're listening, bring back it's called macaroon candy bars, man. They're like coconut all over them. And my mother, when we were kids, she'd come back from Scotland and bring a few pieces, some candy back, And but anyways, that was nice. And hopefully we can get that tower done. I know
Yeah.
the feds, things, I mean, I know wheels government turn slow. Federal government seem to turn a lot slower, so things aren't moving like we'd like them to move. But hopefully we'll have, whether it's Marshall Blackburn or John Rose or Monty Frist, pull some levers and get some things done, as
We
well
need
as
it.
Senator Haggerty, But well, speaking of governor, who you vote for?
I vote for Marshall Black.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What do you think about our commercials? The Chinese fortune cookie commercials.
It's funny.
I'm okay with
Roger, what do you think?
I don't know, but she's actually from Mississippi. Did you know that?
that.
Who is?
Marshall Black.
I didn't know that.
I think she went to Mississippi State.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you always say?
Huh?
What do you always say?
What's that?
Hotty toddy?
Hotty toddy.
Not her.
No, you like the commercials? You like the commercials?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's a class act. I
Connor,
really
do you
do.
like the Chinese fortune cookie commercials?
I haven't seen them.
Yeah, you've not. Where you been?
I don't have like cable.
Oh, you don't.
Oh,
Okay.
he's got a fiance too. Oh, well,
Yeah.
a girlfriend too.
Anyway.
I should say on that.
I like Marcia. I would not be running the commercials. I'm just saying.
But
And,
hey, but I met her,
I would cease and desist those commercials
but
right
I did
now.
meet her up here, and I was
Yeah,
really
she came up here
impressed. Yeah.
twice.
Yeah, and I was really impressed. I got to talk. She was talking one on one with me out here in his lobby.
She's
talked-
personable.
About old Jefferson.
She really
Yeah.
is. Yeah, she didn't never knew where it was. She was taking it in and paying attention. Not one of those like sometimes they're there, but she was actually listening. I can tell.
Are y'all running any TV commercials on your campaigns?
No, I didn't do that this time.
You got a little TV
I saw
time
one
a
on
while
CNN
back,
the other night.
Doing
You
a-
got a little TV time. not
Yeah,
too
we
long
seen
ago.
you.
I figure I get enough TV time.
That was nice.
Sometimes more than I want.
Yeah, that was nice.
I looked under. So there's
Oh,
Anthony.
Channel 2, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice
yeah.
shout out. Nice
Yeah.
Yeah.
PR for Smyrna.
Yeah, they squeezed me in. I was supposed to be live, and I was up there like 4 hours, and I got like 30 minutes squeezed into one between commercials.
That was good.
Or during
I took a picture of it. I think I
Yeah.
sent it to you.
But it turned out I got one topic. So it said pick three topics. I got one out, and she cut me off.
You
So,
represented Smyrna well.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Years ago, I was on Channel 5, and one of the areas I care about is the fatherless rate, the lack of fathers, the lack of
Yeah.
positive male role models, and I think that's where Mr. Rakes came in, and Mr. Mack and others that y'all knew, but he did serve as that discipliner and that mentor. And I told the little anchor person at Channel 5, we were live, and I said something about, y'all should cover this. You should talk about this. She said, well, we do. And I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. And boy, she got mad, that the blonde girl, and she goes, we're going to break in. We might be back like that. Oh, she was ticked. And I just said, you're a large media outlet. You should talk about issues that matter. It shouldn't be, everything should be politicized. I mean, these
Right.
are issues that, look at it's costing y'all, the jail.
Yeah.
What's the new jail going to cost?
385.
350.
Three.
It's saying between 3 and 4
Yeah,
million.
yeah, between 3 and 300 million.
Wow.
Yeah,
300 to 400.
Yeah,
300 to 400 million.
Yeah.
We'll have to. I brought up. We'll have to probably build a new state prison the next couple of years, and that's. I think I shared with y'all when I asked the commissioner TDOC, and I like this guy, no disrespect to him, but I said, "What's the new prison going to cost?" And he didn't have an answer, and I thought, dude, I'd have an answer if I was a commissioner.
Yeah.
And you're in finance.
Well, it's going to go up every year, every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's frightening.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is, and that's where this trend, if we don't get a hold of it, where kids don't have respect for government, they don't have respect for law enforcement, and then we see more, whether it's people encourage, like these teen takeovers, vandalism, and we haven't seen it in Middle Tennessee, but you're seeing it in Chicago and seeing other
right.
outlets. I
These
mean,
flash mob robberies.
yeah.
It's crazy.
So how do we turn it around, though? When we lose y'all's generation, we lose people like Mr. Rakes that were they didn't play. Them guys didn't play around.
No.
That's what I appreciate about
Right.
them.
Yeah. I think we've taken away the discipline that they can administer,
Definitely.
and that's the issue. There's something to be said for the fear of that
I
battle.
was going to say that threat.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, you
You
know,
remember Coach Young? You remember Coach Young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had him. I was very respectful in his class, but boy, you didn't. That's one guy you didn't play around with, man.
Mr. Jernigan could.
Oh, yo,
Yeah.
Jigsaw. Yeah.
Mr. Jernigan could swing one.
Yeah.
Mr. Clifton Tucker at Thurman Francis, the principal Thurman Francis, he could. He
Is
got
that
me.
what you heard? Okay, I was going to say
He
you know
tore me
firsthand.
These young people know all
So,
this.
You know, I didn't get
Rats.
I didn't get but like one or two the whole time in junior high. One of them Scudder, Mr. Scudder.
Yeah, Mr.
And the other
Scudder
was
got
Miss,
me.
Lancaster. But like I said, it wasn't like a what you would expect.
Yeah.
But I never really got him. I knew better. I'm not going to do this.
But I mean, I've heard of students just cussing teachers right there.
Yeah.
And, I
They
mean, you
can't
think-
they can't do nothing to them.
and you think, why do you want to become a teacher if you're going to be dealing with this kind of stuff? You know, it's just sad.
It is sad. It
And
really
the parents
is.
will back them when they're when they're wrong,
Yeah.
and they'll still back them. And then it starts at home. You know
That
that.
it does start at home.
Yeah.
It really
And,
does.
Well, that's where that father figure comes in, or
That's
at
it.
least that mentor. I mean, I was watching something about Mike Tyson last night, and his trainer. What was his trainer's name?
Oh yeah, I know that.
But he talked. I mean, it was really, you could tell Tyson was kind of emotional, talking about that guy was his almost like a father figure. And then that man looked at Tyson, young man, said, "Look, if you make good," because Mike Tyson was robbing and thugging, and he'd go rob and he'd go hide out somewhere, and that man instilled discipline in him and character development and made him a
Well,
world
that's like
champion.
Marcus we had on. That's the role he played.
Yeah,
being-
Marcus Medice. His what's his nonprofit called?
I got it somewhere. I'll look.
It's what is it?
Strong in my fault.
Yeah, stronger than my.
And he
than my
went to
father.
Memphis to have a Mother's Day dinner
Mhm.
with a guy who drove all the way to Memphis just to be the father figure.
Real.
You know.
Yeah, and he said it started his home, what made him that way, and it was a pretty good story that he said he worked 6 days a week. He just said Sunday was church, but if you wasn't dressed up in time and didn't look proper, you were going to be working on that Sunday. You wouldn't be going
Yeah.
to church. So that's how he learned how to do that in church, get out of work.
But how do you change that? I mean, what legislation am I going to file? What lobbyist is lobbying for these issues? It's just.
I don't know. That's a $1 million question because it starts in the home,
Yeah,
and that's hard to fix.
I remember we had, Sally Walls lived next door to me, and Major Walls, and we had discipline from her. Because you couldn't lie to Sally, man.
No.
Lonnie, her son, would say, "Well, don't tell mom where we went. Don't tell mom with us, man. You can't lie to your mom," because she was a cop.
Yes.
She looked at you, you knew. She could just
Yeah.
figure you out, But thank God that folks like Sally and Major Walls and others were there to try to help young people. And I know there's teachers that do care. Clark Harrell comes to mind. He was on with us about
He's
6 weeks
a
ago.
really cool guy.
Colonel of the military, and
Oh yeah,
you know.
he bagged Marshall on the commercial. Did you see that?
yeah, he was telling me that we seen him at. Did y'all make it to the day to? Well, you were out of town.
I've been out of
You were
town.
partying in Panama City on the beach, hanging out with the
Yeah,
teenagers.
Carl. I called him the other day. He said, "You know where I'm at, Roger?" I said, "Don't tell me, man. Don't tell me."
Got my toes in the
But I think he
sand.
had his granddaughter was playing softball. Back
She
then.
was. She
So,
was.
do you advise people to go to Panama City right now?
No.
No,
There's too many people.
was it really?
Yeah.
Where should you go if you're
We're,
Go travel.
We've been going to a place called Cape Sandblast.
Cape Sandblast?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's between Panama City and Apalachicola. It's
Okay.
east of Panama City.
Yeah.
You got Mexico Beach, and then Cape Sandblast and Port St. Joe is down there.
Did y'all ever go down as teenagers? Did y'all ever?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You could go by yourself.
Panama City was all right then.
Was it?
Yeah, but we would go to Cape Smyrna Beach.
Smyrna Beach. You ever hang out at Smyrna Beach?
I spent the night there as a Boy Scout one time.
Did you?
Anthony, did you ever make it over to Smyrna Beach?
After it closed.
After.
Yeah. After it
Now
closed.
Mike
yeah.
has lost a beach ball. If you come across a
I
beach
know.
ball, He's been
Hey,
talking about
childhood
this for all
trauma is
these
real.
years.
Ace's childhood trauma is real. You're making fun of me. I had lost a beach ball when I was like 3, and I couldn't get nobody to help me. And I don't want to swim out there. I was,
It
just
could be
3.
still floating around out there, hung up some bushes.
But I
You
watch
get
that thing as a little boy. I remember watching it float, and it just float away. I mean, it was like
It's gone.
it's gone. You know what I mean?
But that's good. If I had
Anyways.
something right here now and kept it really up, I think it'd go around here in Smyrna.
Oh, it would.
Well, they said it was the sand was flown in from Panama City Beach, wasn't it?
That's
Somewhere down there.
Yeah,
That's what I'd heard.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
C-130s brought that in.
White
am I
sand.
correct?
yeah,
Isn't that cool?
that is.
But it would be, I think it would make a go if somebody did that.
Oh,
And-
I guarantee it would.
and have a little shack selling some of the Omni Hut recipes
Yeah.
there. Like
Said
the tidbits.
some ribs and tidbits.
How long did you work there? I don't know.
Oh,
I worked as a busboy for maybe one summer,
Really?
and then I had a friend I went to high school with, Mark Troster. We grew up together, rode bikes. He lived over on Steve Roberts, actually.
Yeah.
And Mark wound up being the kitchen manager.
Oh.
And he called me one day and he said, "Man," would you come just work the grill and cook steaks?" And
See, this is like 1975.
it's
74?
probably 70. It is more like 78, 79, somewhere
Oh,
right in
okay.
there.
Yeah.
Because it was after I. And,
Did you learn a lot of the secret recipes?
No,
You didn't.
we did make they made their own teriyaki in house.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
You know how to make tidbits?
No.
You didn't. Hey, those people. Danny Brewer, I think, knows. Mark Carpenter.
did you
Yeah.
ever do
John
a
Vanderwerf.
big old, what are those called? Those egg rolls? Did you ever make a big giant one?
No,
Big-
but
yeah.
their egg rolls were really.
'Cause I know somebody made a 6-pound.
I'm getting hungry
Taco
talking
Bell.
about
That was a burrito.
We need to-
burrito.
There's a big difference.
They call that a doobie.
No, that's what they called him. No, you remember that guy Rick Sinnett? Remember Rick Sinnett?
Rick, yeah.
Yeah, he was my manager at Taco Bell. I was like, he was laughing about it.
He
I
lived
made-
over on Bel Air.
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
to make a burrito when I was in high school. I was 17, and Roger kids me about it. But we got like a little break out, a little food, and so I had this burrito. Man, I loaded it up with cheese and meat and everything. I had slamming, and it's gonna be hard to fold. And he come over and he goes, "Hey, look at that burrito," and he says, "Look at that! I gotta account for all this." And I was like, "Is this really gonna?" Cause such a deficit, to the cheese
6 pounds,
accounting,
wasn't it?
and it was pretty big burrito. But he don't remember the story. I happened to see him at Danny Brewer's daughter's. It was one of the birthday. I think the kid's birthday party or something a couple of years ago. He don't remember the story though.
His wife was probably friends with. His wife, I think, is about Danny's age. Because Rick was a year younger than me.
Yeah,
So he graduated in
I remember they lived on Bel
78.
Air.
Yeah, lived on Bel Air,
Yeah.
right there, almost to McNichol, right there.
Yep, that house is a little rough now. Have you noticed it?
Yeah,
Pretty rough.
yeah.
I don't think it's going to win no awards, man. It needs
No.
to work. It needs
Yeah,
to
we
work.
was at the corner of Bel Air where we lived, across from Coon. Used to live at the corner.
Yeah.
Bain,
Yeah.
and then across the street from us was the Whitmores.
Whitmore's. Yeah.
Jim,
They
John,
li-
and Jerry.
Yeah.
And I guess I know
family.
John and Jerry had passed. Was Jim still around? I know he was. Last I heard, he's in Galveston, Texas.
He lived across the road from you, didn't
Yeah, I mean,
Is he across the street?
did or
he? Didn't he
does?
live in your subdivision?
Jim.
Whitmore.
No, his
Pam?
Pam.
Yeah, his sister. No, it was his.
His wife?
That was Jerry's widow.
Right.
The older brother's
Right.
widow's.
She
family.
lived. She did. I don't think she still lives in my neighborhood. She did
Oh,
live in.
okay.
my
I seen
neighborhood.
her at Billy's retirement.
Yeah.
Culberson's retirement.
Yeah.
We really hadn't gotten to get into issues. I know y'all just set the budget here recently,
Right.
and you want to say a few words on that?
Yeah, our rate last year, well, the last 4 years has been 1.87262, which rounded up to $1.90 per hundred assessed. This year, we dropped it down to 1.4885, which rounded up to, I guess, $1.50. So dropped it about 40 cents, somewhere around there. So
Well, now we're with the fourth largest county in the state.
Fourth
Yeah.
largest.
What is it? 385, 390. What's the population now?
I don't know. I know
It's
Smyrna,
close
Smyrna's
to
like
4.
65,000.
It's close to 400.
Man.
But a lot of people were upset, and probably still are. A lot of people upset.
They didn't
because
understand how
they-
to read it.
They think
Yeah.
they think their
Yeah.
taxes. They understand that the property value went up, so
Right.
they got their, we'll call it a bill or assessment,
Right.
and it's way above what it used to be. But if you put the pen to it,
Mhm.
it's, some people are breaking even. They won't
Mm-hmm.
pay any more. Some are paying maybe $30 more, something like that. Some maybe a little bit more, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it just depends on the type house you live
And
in
it's
and
at
all.
25% of that.
It's 25% of the assessed value.
Right. Time, then
Yeah.
that's how you get it. Yeah.
So the increase, it's only 25% of that increase
Mhm.
that you'll be paying tax on. So it's not like a lot of people thought it was.
I think
And-
they did. A lot of people jumped
Yeah.
the gun before they understood what it was.
well, because you get a lot of people going on Facebook out
Mm-hmm.
like that, and they'll start
I got you.
bashing the commission and all because
know,
that's what
I
they
know.
want to do, and they get the good people upset,
Yeah.
and finally, hopefully you can get them
Yeah.
calmed down.
Now, y'all do have a lot of challenges with that jail, the landfill. I mean, it's a tough job, but
Yeah.
I did want to give a shout out to those retired commissioners, Pettis Reed, Jeff Phillips, Paul Johnson, Shanto Sereno, and Craig Harris. All of them have brought a lot to the table and all. Now, so y'all got a new mayor, Randy
Right.
Allen's going to be joining y'all.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we're losing 5 seasoned
Yeah.
veteran commissioners.
A lot of experience.
A
Yeah.
lot of experience.
Jeff was there how many years?
Oh my goodness.
Off and on?
I don't remember
20?
how many.
20 something?
No, it's more
I
than
think
that.
he's
I've been
30.
there 21.
Yeah, he's in his 30.
31?
Well,
And McAdoo, how many years McAdoo been there?
He's been here a long time, too.
Yeah. 40? 46?
it was over 40 because I was there 17 years and gone 12. Jeff was there that whole time. So yeah. Probably
Now, let
40
me ask you
years.
this, and not trying to put anybody on the spot. Do y'all ever do any, because we're going to have to go here in a second, but do y'all ever do any team building, group efforts with the commission? Do y'all ever do anything together? Because I used to kid Pettis, like, hey, let's with our delegation.
Right.
Because you got to communicate, you got to stay in
Yeah.
touch.
Yes.
It shouldn't be we just meet with y'all once a year.
Right.
Right. Dr. Brian Terry passed that bill where we can meet with y'all and do some events or something, and I think that would be helpful. The more
I think it would be
discussion we
great.
have, and if Randy's listening, which
Yeah.
I'm assuming he is, I mean, Randy's good to deal with. Has he met with all of y'all, or y'all got to have
Nope.
coffee
No.
or anything with him?
Nope.
Good. Okay. Well, he's probably been making his rounds. I just think that's helpful. In Nashville, we've got a caucus retreat. It'll be like November that we'll do. In fact, one of our lawmakers, he passed away, Jeff Burkhardt. And I didn't really know Jeff that well. He's out of Clarksville, but I was in a little line getting a plate of food, and I said, "Hey, you keeping straight up here in Clarksville?" And, yeah, I'm trying. And then somebody else started talking to him, and about 3 days later, he passed away. So
What about on Lindsey Graham, man? That's
I know,
a
but that
Oh.
was a shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe some of the comments I was reading on Facebook, too.
Oh man,
It's
real
unbelievable. People, what they say.
But a lot of times they don't use a regular name, and you don't.
No.
So that's why sometimes I don't get on there very often.
plot
Comments, but I'll call
stirs.
them out. I said,
Well, Jim, Jim
Fake name.
Tracy, we seen he passed
Yeah.
last
Good
week
man.
and treated everybody good. Always a great listener, and when Bill Kitchen spoke, and all of them that gave a great speech, and he mentioned Jim was a sharp dresser. He mentioned cufflinks, and all of a sudden, because he said everybody has a Jim Tracy story, and all of a sudden when he said cufflinks, I remembered at MTSU where I'd complimented. This was years ago. I said, "Hey, I like them cufflinks you got on. It look really sharp." And he said, "Senator Bill Frisk gave me those," and I'm kind of look over towards Dr. McPhee handing out the graduation certificates, and about that time he nudged me. He said, "Here you go." He handed me them cufflinks. I said, "Man, I ain't gonna take your cufflinks. No, I want you to have them." So everybody's got. That was my Jim Tracy story.
Wow.
We can learn a lot from Jim Tracy.
Yeah.
He was the kind of guy. I never remember disagreeing with the guy though. Now I had that bill freezing the mayor and the sheriff's pay raises, and they didn't want to mess with it. Him and Ketchum were like, "I ain't running that bill." I had to go to Stacey Campbell, Knoxville to run it. That bill would have saved the county $25 million to this day. It saved $1.7 million the first year because county commissioner did get big raises. It was a $10,000 pay raise to these top officials,
Right.
and the people that fought me were taxpayer funded lobbyists.
Yeah.
And I dare argue with anybody who wants to debate me. Taxpayer fund lobbyists aren't looking for ways to save the taxpayers' money. I mean, they may be looking for other revenue sources. And really, because as y'all know, you're facing some critical needs coming up. And I know y'all been advocates, Rick Hall, Phil Wilson, and others been advocates, Greg Harris and others, because even Charlie Baum said, man, it's unsustainable when you got $350 million jail and landfills, and what do you do, you know? Carl, I'm gonna give y'all a couple of last words, and we'll segue over to these young people.
I'm looking forward to the next 4 years going forward. I think the last 4 years, if you look back on our term, I don't have anything to measure it against, but in my mind, it was fairly successful. We did a lot. And I say we, because no one person on the county commission is going to get anything done. But we, had 4 expansions on schools: Smyrna, Laverne, Riverdale, and Oakland. Built a new elementary school, new middle school, forensic center.
Yeah, that looks great. I know you're proud of it, man.
Oh,
Both
man.
y'all.
Yes.
And the county clerk's office. We've expanded the parking lot there and the drive-through.
Convenience center looks good.
Yeah.
And we got a new ambulance station going in right there on Weekly Lane.
Yeah.
We've maintained the tax rate.
Yeah.
We try to keep the tax rate as low
And
as
shout
possible.
out to Joe Carr for his work at new transfer station.
All
of it looks good.
we got somewhere to go with the trash if something happens out
Yeah.
there.
But Dad, are y'all going to do what would you call it? Not like an open house. I mean, at the center up there on Weekly.
At the forensic,
Yes.
they haven't got the date set on it yet, but
Are you working on that? You're chairman of
Yeah, we discussed that at the last OAC meeting, that we have a OAC meeting every other week, and adding back in some of the money that we saved on the front end of value engineering.
Yeah.
And now it's time to finish up. So things that we had to pull out, some of it we can put
No,
back
it really
in.
looks good. In the
But-
state, we ended emissions, which saved a lot of people money. Shout out to Mike Carr, the late Mike Carter, who sadly passed. It was his initiative, Well, guys, I hope you can listen to these young people, and because I worry about the next generation, but I think these young people that's going to join us gives folks like you and me and others hope. Maybe they could job shadow y'all next. But y'all anything could be fighting over the next commission meeting or anything? They'll come watch.
I don't think we got anything.
No,
Everybody,
I think our fighting's over.
oh, it is okay.
It is for right now.
We'll fight for the
Right now,
people.
find something
We'll
to argue
fight for
about.
the people.
Anyways, Gary. Speaking of art, me and Gary used to butt heads and fight, and we laugh now. Gary's a great guy. You can kind of learn, you kind of mature a little bit, and you grow a little older.
Yeah.
You got grandkids, great grandkids. Then you start seeing your friends and fellow people pass away. You start thinking about life.
Right.
Yeah.
When we started out 4 years ago, when I got back on the commission and Carl got on, and Phil Wilson, we started out with $64 million deficit.
Yeah.
A $64 million deficit, and we had to raise taxes, and I applaud the mayor for stepping up, and he said he didn't want to raise taxes, but he did, along with us, because we had to. But we paid off that deficit. We built, like Carl mentioned, the several things he mentioned, plus many more. And we've got a school opening up in was it August? Another new school,
Poplar Hill.
Yeah.
So we got a tremendous amount of work done. We had a lot of problems, but we overcame them, and we got the job done.
Yeah.
And I look forward to coming back
Well,
4
thank
more
you.
years.
Yes.
Commissioner Anthony Johnson, Carl Boyd.
Thank
we
you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for having us on.
And good luck on your re-election campaigns. Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all. Connor, let's take a quick 30-second break, and we'll come right back.
Josh Moss with Affordable Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning services to the Middle Tennessee area. With more than 20 years of experience, Josh Moss and the AHC team provide 24/7 service and take care to ensure whatever work you need done is done in a professional, timely manner. Contact AHC at 615-745-1676. That's 615-745-1676. Or go to their website at affordableheatingandcoolingtn.com.
All right, we're back. Last few minutes of the show. I've got some young students, Jackson McLennan.
Yes, sir.
And Zara Martinez. And you reached out to talk about freedom and liberty, and I thought it was really interesting. So go ahead and tell us what's going on.
So I'm a senior at Central Magnet High School in Murfreesboro, and I had seen a lot of statistics around that. According to the Freedom Forum, only 25% of Americans can't even name one part of the First Amendment without prompting.
Yeah.
And that's a major issue, to not know what some of the most essential parts of being an American are. So I got a group of people together who saw the same issues and wanted to make a change, and it's called Learn the Law, and we have seminars for youth to allow them to understand their basic rights. We've worked with the Boys and Girls Club and the Linebaugh Library, and we just recently had a seminar about the First Amendment with the Boys and Girls Club. It was a group of middle schoolers, and, you would think, like, middle schoolers are not going to care about that, but it was crazy. They really seemed engaged. They were asking questions. They wanted to know what the freedom of speech protected, or if they could do certain things. And to be able to see a group of young people that interested and that willing to learn about something that they clearly haven't been taught about really spoke to, we're doing the right thing and this is a good issue that needs to be solved at the root.
Yes.
Yeah, we do a lot of things on social media too. I mean, me and Jackson can see that this issue is not just in our local level here in Murfreesboro, but also on a national scale. We do stuff on laws in Tennessee. We disassemble legal jargon for people to understand, and I break down SCOTUS cases just for normal people to understand on social media, so everyone can learn their civics.
What one thing that I like about Reagan, I'd encourage you to watch a Reagan speech. A Time for Choosing, and his quote that I've always liked, he says, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. It is our responsibility to teach it, defend it, and live it. Because these issues really aren't Republican or Democrat, are they?
No, this is just general American issues. This isn't partisan. This isn't red, blue, whatever. This is just the next generation, or even the generation now too, not knowing what the basis of being an American is, and the basic essentials of their rights and their protections, and what allows them to be able to live in a country that is founded on freedom and liberty.
Yes. Well, sorry we didn't have much airtime, but I'm going to give you all the whole show because we're going to get some more young people back up, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Late August after election. Jackson McClellan.
Yes, sir.
And Zara Martinez, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Central High Magnet School students.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
and
sir.
thank y'all for reaching out to me. We'll have y'all back up next month,
All right.
okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Roger. Folks, we'll see y'all next week.